other day, I went to get a manicure at a new beauty salon where I met this nail technician. We started talking, introducing ourselves, sharing our life stories a little bit. I mentioned that I'm a life coach and I help people to transform their lives. So she shared some of her struggles, how she overcame them, her life's philosophy, but we kept the conversation clean. In other words, we named the facts, saw that we think alike in many ways, but didn't really connect on a deeper, more personal level. As she was applying the final touches, she quietly said, well, I read about other things, about the universe and this higher self, but that's way too deep. That's another level. I don't really want to talk about it. Why? I said. I don't even know what that means yet, she replied. I started smiling and said, oh, I'm pretty sure you know what that means. We exchanged the look, and by that time a manicure was done. We said our goodbyes and agreed that we're gonna meet again soon. We spent more than an hour together, and only at the very end actually named what truly matters in this life. But there was so much resistance and confusion. That is because we were raised in a culture where we were told that things we should be thinking about and proudly discussing with others were status, money, achievements, intellectual knowledge, gossip. We were raised to obey and taught that we all should want the same things, strive to get those things, and be measured by the same metrics. According to our culture, we all should be white, happy, raise perfect kids in the suburbs, be skinny and smart, but not too smart, and stay humble. Know our place. When we come to this world, we bring our own calling with us, that our physical bodies are helping to birth into material existence. But for as long as we try to achieve the ideal that has been forced to us since the minute we were born, we will never know what that calling is, what flow feels like, or how to live effortlessly. We talk about our dreams and feelings quietly, where no one can hear us for the fear of being judged, misunderstood, and abandoned. We listen to our intuition, but as soon as it starts showing us something that we must change and be different from others, we go back to being normal and shut it off. We smirk at terms, higher power, intuition, and authenticity, meditation. We're afraid of becoming too spiritual because that will make us seem crazy. But aren't we living in a crazy world already? We kill people, eat poison food, breathe toxic air, ignore our pain. We have thousands of ways how to numb ourselves. Feel tired, small, and insignificant. We're obsessed with control, live in fear and shame. We dedicate our lives to do the things that we hate and then hate those who don't do the same. We don't have time for play, forgot the joy. We leave our kids with strangers and pay them money to raise them. We pray to imaginary gods, but we hate our neighbors. We worship money and use it to put ourselves above others. We stay in unhappy relationships, tolerate abuse, emotional and physical betrayal because we're terrified of being alone. We treat ourselves as the enemy that we're always trying to get away from. Is that normal? Is that the normal you want to protect and keep supporting with your actions and compliance? Do you see how fearful and controlled our lives are? There is another path you can choose, where you take the ownership of your own life and reality, where you stop oppressing yourself by trying to fit in. Reality where you do not need to create stories or tell small lies to explain the injustice that is happening all around to convince yourself and others that's just the way things are. Reality where you live in integrity, choose compassion, where your words and actions are aligned with the highest, truest version of yourself. This path calls us to take inventory of our lives, see just how deeply we were conditioned and how many layers of limiting beliefs there are covering our authenticity and the light within. It is painful yet liberating process of shedding the old, getting rid of it, and creating the new. It's not easy, but your calling is waiting, your creativity is inviting you to play, and future generations are waiting for you to take action and address this dysfunctional mess that we made. It is time to be brave and do the inner work so that we no longer stay in the shadows and keep the truth quiet. It's not too deep, and it's definitely not too crazy. I know you know this, because this is exactly what we were born to do. Become free.